Hi, this is Justin Conn from the Decatur Herald and Review. Here at Eisenhower High School tonight in round 3 of the city rivalry. It was MacArthur defeating Eisenhower 65-43. A big night for Camonte Johnson from MacArthur. He had 17 and 9, a couple nice assists late in the game. And he's a guy that going into the season you knew the Generals had him and were looking forward to seeing what he could do, but he gives them a presence inside. He's not a big guy. He's got long arms though, and he can score down low and get rebounds. And besides that, it was just sort of a typical MacArthur performance. You had Marcus Bartley had a real rough fall early in the game, had to leave the game. Then he looked like he tweaked his ankle maybe or something on his leg at some point in the game and had to leave the game for that. But he still was a contributor in this game, and we'll be fine going forward. Right now they have this winning streak. You'd like to see a real good signature win. They had the win against Bloomington, which was nice, but they play Champaign Central on Tuesday. Hopefully the weather cooperates this time. I know that game's been called off at least once and maybe twice already, so you hope they get that one in. For Eisenhower right now, it's a struggle for them that they're not playing well. Coach Newbon is really running a lot of different guys out there trying to find the right combination, and they did a good job of rebounding at times in this one. I thought, especially in the first half, that kept MacArthur from really blowing them out. It was, I believe, a 10-point game at half, and stayed 10 for a while. But finally, MacArthur started hitting the boards a little harder, and just too many weapons right now for MacArthur. Jerome Adams had a nice game, like I mentioned. Bartley played well. Chantress Spates always gives him something. So right now things going well for MacArthur. Kind of like to see him play a few more games here and get a little more rhythm, just as far as the schedule goes. But things going real well here as we kind of enter the stretch run of the basketball season. Again, the final here, MacArthur defeats Eisenhower 65-43. Make sure you check back to hrpreps.com for all the coverage.
We didn't stick with our game plan once again. Our game plan is to run our offense and get the best possible shot we could get. Started out the game first quarter doing what we need to do, and then we rushed a couple shots. Next thing you know, we're down by 10. Against pretty good teams, you can't do that. And we didn't stick with our game plan once again, and it got us in trouble.
We do a good job of spreading the floor on the offensive end, and we got 5 live options, and guys are doing a good job being unselfish, looking to find the guys in open shots, and guys are knocking down. We're putting the ball in the bucket, and it's been a great feeling. Defensive end, we got kind of, like a days ago there in the second quarter, but we came out at halftime, and we did a good job of being aggressive and really getting into them and really getting a lot of turnovers out of it.